through Transformative Tarot, where things change. And today, these guys have been screaming to get on camera, but this bush I have out front is just littered with bees daily. So, Bumblebee came to mind today as a message to just be in these moments of, what looks like chaos and turmoil everywhere. It's really everything being divinely worked out. And that it's important that your energy remains yours, and that the outside world's influence over how you operate is not as great as what's coming from within you at this time, or what's calling to, because the distractions are here. And a lot of these distractions are, created, made up, but some of them are very real, you know. So a lot of what I've been seeing from different people and hearing is you may be going through a little bit of a tiff with your health. Your it could be something as simple as coughing, or just feeling tired or lethargic. This is again all part of the process of recalibrating our energy centers and you know putting us back on track as we evolve. Nobody said it was going to be easy, and nobody said it was going to be painless, because there's a lot of stuff that maybe we're not even aware of, that the guides and ancestors at this time are helping us to eliminate, which is another big reason for the celebration in the ancestral realm. If you think about that tree in Black Panther, when they cross over and talk to the ancestors, it's something like that. And that these gifts that we've had forever are coming to the forefront. It's a time of unlocking. So let's see what we have today for B. Talking about being, we have the Joker. Slide over a little bit. See that guy down here. He working out. And I love seeing him with those little collections of pollen on their legs. So the two cards we have today are the Joker and the Temperance. So, of course, the Temperance card speaks of being balanced, both masculine and feminine, both light and dark. That means you can be as sweet as a newborn puppy, but still have that dog inside of you that goes inside the cage and comes out with blood all over it. But that is about discernment. What is it worth to you now? We still have a very strong Taurus element in the building, being that it's the opposite sign of Scorpio. It was Scorpio asking us to go deeper, as well as the Jupiter retrograde, which will be here to the end of the month, December, excuse me. We're going to really be introspective and diving deep into hidden aspects of self. I tell you, the dreams I've been having are definitely off the hook. Definitely off the hook. And busy bees, busy just being, you know what I mean? That means your love, your passion should be on the forefront. The things that you aspire for your life take precedent over what the outside world or anybody else would put on you or expect out of you. So being very balanced at this time. But again, the Joker card came out. And if you haven't seen, I just did a video on the Joker, which really explains what the energy is. So let me break it down like this, because I've seen a lot of examples of this shit. There is this spiritual community that we all kind of and the birds are bugging too on the, got all the animal totems out today. With Georgia, Georgia, she ain't minding me at all. Hey, Georgia. And birds will be back. But even the animal kingdom is speaking very loud right now. That's the side note. But there's different levels of the work or spirituality. or where people are at, and there's no judgment on this. You know, there's the newbies, the people who are coming into the knowledge of, and also lots of messages. There are the birds right there. So expect messages coming too. And your intuition with the cat. This is the card of having no identity but being able to assume the identities of everything around you, or everyone around you, excuse me, the Joker. The Joker makes light of any situation. This means laughter is the medicine. This is what keeps us balanced, not taking things so seriously. And that's quite a task, especially if you're somehow linked to a lot of what's going on in the world directly. You know what I mean? But indirectly, we are still all pretty much, you know, what happens over there is happening over here kind of energy. We're not escaping this. You know what I mean? But to have a light heart, to believe in the impossible, which is playing a guitar with no thumbs. You understand what I'm saying? Not being able to see what's coming is another thing, because we can't tell what cards are up in his crown right here. You know, and there's chaos all around. These cards are all over the place. And then you have the dog. So the Joker represents the fool, which is still a new beginning, which is still a new journey. It's the same archetype, just different systems, right? The wild card. You know, when I think of the wild, I think of nature and all of its, you know, inner workings and intertwinings. It's very it's harmonious, but it's not without the gazelle getting dragged down by the lion kind of energy as well. So this is also a return to that primal source of energy. A couple months back, I did something on Rise of the Beast, you know, on IG that kind of breaks that down and how that tied into the Mayan calendar. But tapping into all of these modalities, they are all, you know, there's a difference right now going on. What Spirit was telling me is it's either a reflection or a projection. It's either a reflection or a projection. Not everything is going to be a reflection of who you are. These might be projections, and these might even be ones you put on yourself. So be mindful. We're not here to point fingers, so to speak. But back to the gist of everything about spirituality, you know when you arrived, when you are in a state of, I don't want to say nonchalant, but it just doesn't affect you like it did in the past. Situations, people, emotions that you've dealt with, you're able to find a way to make light of the situation, to transmute the energy into a lighter form as it comes to you. You know what I'm saying? And this is also about singing your own song. This is the archetype that clowns the king and the queen openly. Only one who could do it without having a war or being beheaded or, you know, thrown in prison for the rest of your life with an iron mask over your head. It's alchemical because it's meant to show the ruling power, so to speak. As we know, it's always the secret society behind the ruling power that actually does the ruling of things. But very much a part of that secret society is the Joker, because his ability to see the woes of the people, the flaws of the king or the queen, or what's going on with the kingdom, and make light of it. Like all of our more recently popular comedians, you know, you got Robin Harris, you got Bernie Mac, Patrice O'Neill, Richard Pryor, you got Eddie Griffin, you got Adele Givens, you got Monique. You know, we got all these archetypes of people who have gone through things in their lives or experienced or are just simply conveying their point of view of something, but putting it to us in a way where we can laugh it off and not make it seem so heavy. All right. So this is the energy of today, is to just be, to remain balanced is going to take a degree of making light of the situation. LIGT, making light. And today is also, the air is just filled with the wishes, and I mean those little pieces that break off of dandelions. So it's also a great time to make sure you're still making wishes, but careful what you wish for. So patience is along with this temperance about making decisions. Even if you're going to write something out like a petition, it's a, you should be in this energy here where it's very playful. You know what I'm saying? Spirituality should not be this regurgitation of all this high information that you think maybe nobody's heard before, or it just sounds really good coming out, but the work will show itself. And what I mean by that is, if you're doing the work, you will arrive at a place where all the work is now showing that you have a light heart to be judged on the scales of my act. It wasn't about how much you know what I mean? That's going to change. That's going to, with the different times and everything, nothing is really, set in place. Even the meanings of the tarot for this time to the next time will be different if they're even available. You know what I'm saying? Because even with the cards, half the time I don't need them when I'm doing readings. They're just, fill-ins, or it's just a really good modality to help other people see the imagery of it all. But a lot of us are coming to a space where the tools that we once needed are no longer necessary. They're just, really nice trophies, some 10th house energy that we can hang on our walls as a marker of our journey. But to be able to laugh it off, that is divine. This is Phoenix Nebula, Bumblebee, the Joker, and the Temperance, and of course, the bees, turning pollen into honey. Signing off, sending peace and love and healing out into the world, as well as a swift kick in the ass to everything and everyone who seeks to suppress our abilities, our talents, and our gifts. And we don't have to do much because the ancestral realm is very, very much active. So everybody have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.